Who will be the Bears starting quarterback in 2021? What I want everyone to do that comes across this video, go down in the comments section below and look into that crystal ball and try to predict who is going to be the Bears starting quarterback in 2021. The news and rumors around who's going to start for Chicago, they just never seem to end. Mitchell Renz, Harrison Graham coming at you here, and we're going to take a deep dive into some quarterbacks that could end up starting for Chicago, because I found a little article out there, Harrison. I know you run the show about 3 quarterbacks in free agency that the Bears could go out and sign.
Yeah, and let's start with Cam Newton here, Mitch. And by the way, we'll talk about Mitchell Trubisky. He's certainly in the mix after his play as of late, but Cam Newton here, and I know we talked about him a lot coming into this season. He's mobile. The market wasn't that strong for him. Maybe he's worth bringing in. I got to say, Mitch, and I'd love to get your quick thoughts on this as well, I'm out on Cam Newton at this point. I get the Patriots' weapons are bad, but you've got Josh McDaniels, who's a smart offensive coordinator up there in New England, and he's thrown for 5 touchdowns this season. 5! That is an embarrassment. I like Cam as a player, but he's not what he used to be.
Not even a little bit. I mean, 4 of those touchdowns came in the first, 3 weeks. He's been effective on the ground, but he's been effective on the ground because nobody respects what he's going to try to do through the air. And sure, he's got 11 rushing touchdowns, but Chicago doesn't need a running quarterback. Sure, it might help. They need somebody that's at least going to scare defenses so you can't stack the box against David Montgomery.
Well, and the way I want to approach this, starting with Cam, we'll get to a couple of other options here as well, but are these options better than Mitchell Trubisky? I would say right now, as of today, I'd rather have Trubisky. He's just as mobile as Cam. Maybe he's not that power runner type, but he can get on the edge, bootleg action, can throw on the run really well, which the Bears are finally doing that for him, by the way. I'd rather have Trubisky than Cam Newton at this point. So no Cam for me. Next one up that was mentioned in this article, Mitch, Jimmy Garoppolo. And this one intrigues me because the 49ers this past offseason, they flirted with Tom Brady. So you know they're at least willing to look at different options at quarterback. Let's say they fall in love with someone in the draft, or they're able to, pull off a trade for Dak or something crazy like that, and they decide to shop Jimmy Garoppolo. That could be a name I'm at least intrigued with if I'm the Chicago Bears front office.
See, I actually think if Jimmy Garoppolo ends up leaving the 49ers, the team that he's most likely to join is not Chicago. It's the team that we just talked about. It's the New England Patriots.
Belichick gets his man.
It makes just way too much sense. But am I the only one that, honestly, when I watch Jimmy Garoppolo, it reminds me a lot of Mitchell Trubisky. You can hate at me all you want for that, and I think Garoppolo is a good quarterback. However, I don't think that Garoppolo can honestly take you to a Super Bowl. And if you're the Bears, okay?
Even though he's already done it.
No, win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Win a Super Bowl. If you're the Bears, you just saw Jimmy Garoppolo not be able to carry a great 49ers defense to a championship. What makes you think that he's going to be able to do it in Chicago?
I'll also say this, too, about Jimmy G. He's got $27 million per year on his contract. Yeah, you can get out of it. It's year to year. Why not just re-sign Trubisky for $15 million? Makes no sense. Now, NFL fans, we got a ton of gear on sale for you guys, including these jerseys at chatsports.com/jersey deal. You Dolphins fans can get this 201. If you're a Raiders fan, take advantage of this Josh Jacobs jersey and a whole lot more. Chatsports.com/jersey deal. Mitch, I know you were doing some digging with our partner Fanatics, looking for the best deals. Tons of these jerseys, all of them were under $80. Some of them as low as like $40 and $50.
So I saw Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr. jersey for $49.99. Again, that's at chatsports.com/jersey deal. That link will be available for you all in the description. And, down in the comments, there's also some other jerseys of some older players. I'm just going to not mention the names, but you can get an NFL jersey for $8.99. All I'm saying is this, if you got a kid and you need a jersey, you can pay $8, get a jersey, and rip the name off the back. You can figure out a way.
Or you can be the guy that goes to the party when we're allowed to do that again, of course, with the most random jersey there. It's always a great look. Chatsports.com/jersey deal. Go check that link out and get yourself a jersey today. And the last name on this list, Mitch, that we'll dive into here, Jameis Winston. I'm going to be quick here. No. I don't want Jameis Winston at this point. It speaks volumes to me that the Saints, when Drew Brees got hurt, was like, no, we're going to play Taysom Hill. And Taysom Hill played fairly well, but Jameis, No. I'd rather stick with Trubisky for another year, whether it's tag or re-sign him on a one-year deal. I don't want Jameis Winston.
That Bears defense is so good. The only way that you can really, I think, beat Chicago is when you get them in short yardage situations or
short field.
Short field, that's the word I'm looking for. And Jameis, he's going to put you in some really, really difficult
He'll
situations.
give you a short field about 3 times a game.
And that's the issue, right? I mean, sure, he had over 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, which is what the article mentioned. They also forgot to mention that he had 30 interceptions last season. And for the Bears, I don't know if Allen Robinson's going to come back. And if Jameis is left there with the options that they have, maybe they go out and add a few more pieces. That is nothing. And I mean, that I want no part of that.
The way the Bears are built, they need a quarterback who will take care of the football. They don't need
Bingo.
someone who's going to throw for 400 yards per game like Jameis will. They need a controlled quarterback. And that's something that Mitchell Trubisky, since he's returned to the starting lineup, has done a pretty good job of. He's had a couple of turnovers that you'd like to erase, but overall, they're playing to his strengths. Bill Lazor's calling a good game for him. And that's why, Mitch, all in all, I think there's some momentum here for a potential extension. Now, I don't think they're going to give him, 3-4 year deal, but maybe a 1 or 2 year deal where the Bears can get out of it after a year if they choose to do so.
Deal.
Here's the thing about Trubisky, and you got to give him credit for this. He's at least done enough to make them think about it, and that's all he could do considering he was benched for about 2 months. He's been a different player since he's returned. Small sample size, but what if he goes out and beats the Packers this week?
I mean, if he beats the Packers, he gets them into the playoffs, it's definitely more of a consideration. I think the other issue was you just watched Nick Foles, who was arguably the worst starting quarterback in all of football, and Trubisky looked a lot better than Foles, but honestly, most people should look better than Nick Foles. But yes, I will give the Bears, I will give Mitchell Trubisky, I will give Matt Nagy, I will give this entire organization a lot of credit for they were taking a lot of heat. I mean, what was the losing streak?
They lost 6 in a row. They were dead. I mean,
now they're back, and that's what I want. I want teams that play football when it matters the most at the end of the season. Mitch Trubisky, the Bears, they are doing exactly that.
I'll say this right now. If Mitch Trubisky beats Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, he will be your starting quarterback in 2021.
Oh, man.
So let me know who's the best quarterback on this list. Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, Jimmy Garoppolo, Mitchell Trubisky. I think the best pure quarterback is Garoppolo.
I agree.
But the best option for the Bears when you factor in contracts, when you factor in if you have to trade like you would with Jimmy G, how your roster's built, I actually think it's Mitchell Trubisky, which who would have thought that even just 3 or 4 weeks ago. Get subscribed to Chat Sports because, Mitch, I don't know if you know this, we're plugging out videos like every day and like 3 or 4 per day because we like to hustle for you guys. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. I'm doing videos. Mitch is doing videos. Tom, where is he? He's in the draft lab again. That's why he's not on today's show. He's getting you guys ready for the offseason. Free videos every single day covering the latest NFL news and rumors, and I can't wait for the playoffs. They're just around the corner. Get subscribed and turn on those notifications.